You say you haven't been attacking the EPA, except for when you were running for Congress last year, you made multiple statements that your position was that the EPA should be dissolved.
That's not true.
It's been reported in the news meeting. Let me elaborate on my follow-up question. My follow-up question is this with regard to the EPA. Every major medical organization in this country, representing every specialty, has endorsed stricter clean air standards. Every single one. So if the entire medical community endorses stricter standards, do you have an entity somewhere outside of mainstream medicine that can do this reevaluation of medical studies that you've asked for?
Let me challenge you on something. Would you be willing to bet your house against my house that you cannot find anywhere where I said or advocated or suggested that we dissolve the EPA? Would you be willing to do that? Where I said it.
Reports where reporters quoted you that way.
Okay, I'll bet you can't even find that. But you would have to find something direct from, and if I was advocating that, wouldn't it be on my webpage? Okay, so that's the question. What you've just said there, I'm telling you, is untrue. I never said that. Okay, now to your question, I think you came in late, didn't you?
Get in earlier.
Okay, I think we've answered your question. I'm not going to go back to it for the whole group because we spent a long time answering it. Our position was this. We just simply want to see the science. We're not suggesting that any of these studies that are currently out there, we're not saying that we should, I'm not suggesting that we roll back any current regulations. I'm not suggesting that we not move forward on things that we think would help the air quality here.
How are you going to work with us to better air quality in Utah? You're not alone.
We'll talk about things that we can. Look, you and I met earlier, didn't we? And what did I say to you then when I left that meeting?
Said that you would work with us to improve air quality in
Okay,
Utah.
so come sit down and talk with us. Let's see if we can find some places we can work together.
I think the group would like to know.
Well, have you got some suggestions on how that we'd like to discuss? I mean, these are complicated issues.
But can I get back to the original question of if the entire mainstream medical community, and not just this country, but of the world, have called for stricter standards, then who do you want to do the reevaluation of this data? Because the medical community has not only evaluated this data multiple times, but the data for thousands of other studies that also form the basis of the EPA.
See, and doctor, that's where you're wrong again. Like you said, that I called for. Let me answer your question. Just like you said, I called for absolving EPA is simply not true. What you're saying about these studies is simply not true. We're not saying the studies are wrong or the studies are right. All we're saying is we haven't seen the studies. They need to be made available to the public.
You see the public
That
studies.
gets to the heart of the question.
The who is
the we.
anyone outside of EPA. They are the only people who have seen these studies.
That's not true. It's been
entire
published.
medical community has
We're not
digested
talking
these
about,
for
we're not
30 years.
talking about those studies, doctor. We're talking about the studies that the EPA has not released that they are using to mandate a new ozone standard, which, by the way, as I
Which are
said
not the
earlier,
studies that you've asked for, by the way.
which I said earlier will have an enormous impact on the western United States. That doesn't seem like an unreasonable thing to do. Show us the studies. Why would you suggest
Who is the us?
everyone, you, the Congress, everyone who's interested?
Experts have to do the
The Six
reevaluation.
Cities
Where will
study is
those-
published.
Where will those experts?
I don't know what to say to you folks, those aren't the studies I'm talking about. I'm talking about the studies the EPA is holding and has not revealed to the public.
Which specific studies then?
There was a lot of studies.
Thank you.
He pretty much skirted the issues, and that's kind of what I expected. He had some retorts to our claim that he has called for the dissolving of the EPA. I wasn't in any meeting where he did that, but news reports of exactly what he said have been chronicled in the media with him having said exactly those words. Certainly that sentiment is consistent with what attack he is engineering on the EPA right now by demanding or subpoenaing all these all the raw data from these medical studies. But that makes no sense because you have to have a fair amount of medical expertise to make this evaluation. That evaluation has been done by the medical community. So when I ask him who outside the medical community has the medical expertise to make that evaluation, he has no answer. Of course, there isn't any answer. I guess he might say that he or some of his staff have the expertise to make that reevaluation, but he won't say that because that makes him look absurd. So that's a question he leaves unanswered.
Are you satisfied with the turnout? It seemed like there was quite a big turnout for.
We had a great turnout for the rally, and then there was not enough room inside the venue for all the people who had come to the rally. So I'm sure they were disappointed in that. And Representative Stewart should consider having a town hall where there's a bigger venue.